Well, welcome everybody. It's Dawn with the weekly podcast Out of the Spiritual Closet. So for today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the Akashic Records. What are they? I don't know if anyone here has ever heard of Edgar Cayce, but Edgar Cayce was known as the Sleeping Prophet, and he talked a lot about the Akashic Records in his own way without calling him that. But the Akashic Records are the great big Google in the sky where every piece of information about your soul since its inception is stored, every thought, every action, and every deed. Pretty intense, right? That's a lot of information. And if you believe in past life regression, as I do, because I work with it every day, then you understand that that's many, many lifetimes of information being stored there. So remember, though your body, your circumstances, your environment change, your soul is still the same. Now, it may pick up extra lessons on each of these journeys. However, it is still the core same being. Your gifts are the same, your goals are the same, and your limitations, if you haven't worked on them and released them, are still the same too. So with that said, in the Akashic Records, it is a higher up realm. I don't know the exact number where it would be at, but I hear 9. No, I don't know if it's actually the 9th realm or not, but that's what my team is telling me. And I'll say I hear a lot because I do get guided information that comes in as hearing. I'll also get visuals, but so I'll say I see this or I hear this. So that's what I'm talking about. But anyways, the Akashic Records are where all of this information about us is stored. And the beauty of working within the Akashic Records is that your spirit team, your masters, your teachers, your loved ones, and the Akashic Guardians will work with you to help you best on this path, on your journey, and what you're trying to accomplish, eliminate, release, bring in, whatever it is. They are your team. They are there to support you and help you. Now, remember, we always have free will, and they need you to invite them in. That's not to say that in an emergency situation, your spirit team doesn't come in and just assist, but they want your participation, right? They want you to invite them in so that you can experience it fully on every level, okay? And so with the Akashic Records, there's a few things we can do in there. We could go in and get information that will go right in and give you very specific, detailed information for what your soul needs right in this moment, what your physical body needs, what your emotional body needs. All of those things are considered by your spirit teams, your masters, your teachers, your loved ones. And when we go into the Akashic Records, either through a practitioner or doing it ourselves, we can get this information that can basically help us to fold time, to get to the bottom of things, to move energies quickly and efficiently, and to clear out that old gunk that was never really ours to carry in the first place. So that's some of the stuff we do in the Akashic Records. In the Akashic Records, we can help you to release your limiting beliefs or loops inside your brain. And what does that mean? So I grew up in a family that was very, I was second generation American. And so they were immigrants per se, and they had this very strong work ethic, which was great, right? But they also believed they must work really hard to make money, that work must come before everything else. Now, that's what they believed because that's how they survived. That's what they needed to survive. That's not, I mean, I believed it at one point, but now that's not what I believe, okay? So kind of reconciling some of those old limits that have come into our lives just by our families, by our situations that we grew up in, and all of the experiences leading up to it. So what I want to say to you is that Your life doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be painful. Now, you'll never hear me say life isn't hard, because at times it is. But the energy of your life should be more about experiencing all the joy here on earth, about creating a life that makes you excited to get up in the morning. Now, mind you, I know we all have bills to pay. We have in-laws, we have kids, we have spouses, we can have friends that drive us crazy. And I know it's not possible that everything feels perfect at all times, but I promise you that if you start working on what motivates you, what your soul needs, and what your soul desires in this lifetime, you will increase the happiness in your life. You will increase the flow in your life. You will also increase the coming together in many relationships. Okay. And so I just want to let you know that the Akashic Records are so freaking awesome. If you haven't experienced them, please try them. Get with a practitioner. Be careful of people that tell you, oh, I go there all the time. Make sure you vibe with the person. I do offer free 20-minute discovery sessions to see if it's a good fit for you to get an Akashic session, a full-on session. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me directly, Facebook, or via email at angelsinthehouse111@gmail.com, and we could set up a discovery call. I also am available at Angels in the House Party on Facebook with the Calendar link in there, so you can go that way too. So that's the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records are so deep and so extensive and so beautiful that the more that you experience them, the more that you open up to experience more. That makes sense. So it's like if you were to, let's say you go to a museum all the time, right? And the first time you go in there, you just see the big exhibits. But as you start going back, then you start seeing all these other little pieces. And then, oh, this room relates to that room and X, Y, Z. So that's kind of what the Akashic Records could be related to in a way. Is like, it's like a museum with all this information in there, but it's not stagnant and flat. It's full of energy and vitality, and it can give you the movement that you need to move forward in life. So I'm going to also put with this one an Akashic meditation so that you can experience a little journey into the Akashic. So the remainder of this podcast will be an Akashic meditation for you to enter the Akashic Records. So a couple warnings or suggestions, disclaimers, however you want to say it. This is for entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed doctor or psychologist. This is not to be construed as medical or psychological advice. And then if you are driving heavy, if you're driving a car or operating heavy machinery, please wait till later, because some people will get sleepy during these meditation activations. So please wait till later. And then when you do have time to do it, please make sure you're in a quiet area where you can just experience the joy of this meditation without any distractions in that. When you finish the meditation, you may have some notes that you want to write. So you could sit down for a few minutes and jot down what you saw, what you felt, what you heard, any emotions that came up. Journaling is going to be a great way to help release those. So that's just a little foreword on it. So if you're ready to do the Akashic meditation, go ahead and take a few breaths in and out. Get yourself in a comfortable position. If you can, you could put your feet on the floor, flat on the floor. You just don't want, if you don't have to touch the floor, you just don't want to have your legs crossed because that can affect your flow. So we're going to go ahead and start on this guided meditation now. So go ahead and take a few breaths in and out, in and out, just pulling in the divine energy from up above, feeling it come through your body and fully releasing it out. Big breaths out. Now sense, feel, or imagine that from up above, you have a golden spear of crystalline energy. This is coming from divine, from creator, from source. And as this energy comes down, it will just spin around in a counterclockwise motion, cleaning out any debris in your chakras or auric field as it comes in. It's not important to know what it's doing. It's just important to accept the healing and the information coming through for you at this moment in time. So go ahead and sense, feel, or imagine that this beautiful crystalline energy is coming in through the top of the head, through the forehead and the back of the head, through the whole sinus cavity, through your cheeks, all the way down through your chin, through the back of your neck, down through the front of your neck, then weaving around in your shoulders, in your arms, going in between all the muscles and tissues and fibers, really just clearing and illuminating your body. And it'll do that. And then it'll go down into the throat chakra, all the way down, moving up and down, clearing out congestion, old thoughts, ideas, stagnated energy. And then it'll come down through your chest area, through your entire torso, which contains your heart chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your sacral chakra, and then down to your root. And so this beautiful golden crystalline energy that's going to spark you up and light you up, it's filled with 1,000 crystalline lights, comes down through your whole torso. It just weaves in and out, illuminating and clearing, coming down, down through your belly button, below your belly button, through the hip bones, sit bones, and then through those outer thigh muscles, weaving around through the buttocks, and then down through the inner thighs, wrapping around the thighs, the knees, the calves, the shins, all the way down to the feet. And then sense, feel, or imagine that as this energy finishes at your feet, it is greeted with a burst of energy from Mother Gaia, from Mother Earth. And she's going to send up some beautiful energies filled with crystalline energies and colors and light codes. And these are all going to help to connect you to both the earth and to Creator. So go ahead and sense, feel, or imagine that this crystalline energy comes up. It looks different. It feels different than anything you've ever felt before. It'll feel like a warm hug encompassing your body. It will feel like its brightness. You will see reds and pinks and yellows and greens and all the different colors of the rainbow. And then they will merge together and they will spin around your body, clearing the auric field 6 feet out, 12 feet out, all the way out, out, out. And then you will sense, feel, or imagine that you are sitting in your heart space. You are sitting in a beautiful seat. It is comfortable and ready for you to sit into it. Once you sit in there, you feel all your cares and woes disappear. You feel your body relax and sink into this chair, knowing that you are fully supported. You are protected in this moment in time, and all is well. And then sense, feel, or imagine that up in front of you is a beautiful geometric shape. And this shape is like nothing you've ever seen before. It is a Merkaba being held by Archangel Metatron, the true and authentic light being, Archangel Metatron. And he takes this Merkaba and he hands it to you. But when he hands it to you, something magical happens. It becomes larger than life. It is so large that your whole body fits inside of it. And then you will feel this Merkaba spin, spin, spin 3 times, 6 times, 9 times. And it will lift you up out of your heart space and take you directly to the Akashic field. Take a nice breath in and a releasing breath out. Fully releasing any fear, trepidation, any concerns that what you're seeing, feeling, you're imagining is not real. You just go in there with the innocence and the wide-eyed wonder of a child, ready to ask questions and experience the joy of the Akashic. And when you get into the Akashic, you will stop and we will say a little intention prayer to bring in all of your bodies with you, to keep you safe and protected, to keep you fully embraced in divine light and fully protected by the true and authentic archangels, Michael and Metatron and Raphael and Christina. All of these archangels are there to support you. And you'll go on this magical journey through all space and time. And when you arrive in the Akashic Records, you will arrive in a beautiful scene in nature. This may be a great open field. It may be a beach. It might even be a cave. Don't judge where you end up. If you end up in a forest or on a beach or somewhere where you've never been, don't worry. You're perfectly where you're supposed to be at this moment in time. So go ahead and sense, feel, or imagine that you feel the air blowing around you. You feel the temperature of a perfect, perfect summer day. You feel the sunshine. You may even hear birds singing or chirping, an owl hooting in the distance. You may hear some animals on the ground. They're playful and friendly. And as you're taking in your surroundings, you'll notice, sense, feel, or imagine that a path has opened in front of you. And this path is taking you a little deeper into the scene where you arrived. So go ahead and walk down that path, going slowly, observing what's around you, taking in the sights, the sounds, the colors, the feelings, the overall energy of the area. And as you do this, you will notice that up in front of you is an area where there are 3 spirit guides waiting for you. These are your masters, your teachers, or your loved ones that have already crossed over. So go ahead and start heading towards these beautiful beings who are here to support you. And as you get closer and closer, you'll start to feel so excited, and the energy will pick up and you will sense their excitement. They've been waiting a long time for you to come play with them. So go ahead and get closer to them. And as you get closer, the first spirit guide that's here to work with you, you will come into your vision, into your field, and they will either say something to you, or they will look at you eye to eye, or they will touch your heart and give you a message. You can ask them their name and ask them what they're here to help you with. So go ahead and take a moment to connect with this first spirit guide. Sensing their energy, engage them in a dialogue, even if you only share thoughts. If they're being shy, reassure them, it's okay. You're here to learn. and experience all the joy. And tell them you're sorry it took you so long if it took you a long time. So go ahead and gather the information that that spirit guide, master, teacher, or loved one wants to give you right now. And when they are done, they will blow you a kiss or give you a hug or let you know they're stepping back in some other way. But go ahead and thank them for their message and their time today. And they will step back. And then the second spirit guide, master, teacher, or loved one will step forward. And this one is so excited. This is the one that wants to work with you on growing your gifts and eliminating the stress and distractions and the things that stop you from realizing your full potential. So go ahead and sense, feel, or imagine that you're standing there, and then this other second spirit guide, master, teacher, or loved one gets closer and closer and closer. And as they get there, they're so excited. They grab your hands, they twirl you around, and they give you a great big embrace, letting you know that they are so happy to start working with you. And you can ask this spirit guide their name, their mission, how they want to work with you, and what steps you should take to work with them in the future. So go ahead and take a few moments and capture that information. Perfect. And when that is complete, they will step backwards with the other spirit guide that's already presented, and the two will be standing there, and the third one will come forward. And then this one, maybe somebody you've never seen or heard of. This is a special person from your soul lineage. So this may be someone from your family lineage, but more importantly, it's from your soul lineage. And this person wants to support you in releasing any limiting beliefs that have not served you, and help you to embody your new magical frequency. They would like to upgrade your frequency from a low vibe to a higher energy vibe. And so what that means is that if you're living in shame, guilt, apathy, grief, fear, desire, anger, or pride, you will immediately have your frequency upgraded in a gentle and a soft but effective way. And your vibration will start to lift. You will switch out from these lower vibration energies that constrict you and your being to a more expanded energy that can receive in gifts and blessings because they know they are deserving. Feel, sense, or imagine that these energies, these feelings start changing to courage, to willingness, to reason, to love, to joy, to peace and enlightenment. Any of those frequencies are beautiful places to live. So if you just want to turn it up a little bit to acceptance, that's a great place to start. Or if you want to get a little bigger movement, take it up to joy. Or if you want to experience all that there is to experience, move it all the way up to enlightenment. Sense, feel, or imagine that with this transmission of energies, your actual frequency is upgrading right now. Perfect. And as this energy upgrade completes, your spirit guide will blow you a kiss, give you a hug, or simply say goodbye. But reach over to them and embrace them. Thank them for the gifts that they have bestowed upon you today and the blessings that they have put into your auric field. Let them know that you appreciate them. And in fact, they're saying pull your whole group in for a great big group hug. Feel that energy from these three spirits that are here to support you right now. Sense, feel, or imagine